Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. Can I just start by thanking Dennis and Mike for welcoming me here this morning, getting to spend a bit of time with all of you, and say thank you to all of you for what you're doing. Because of businesses like yours and the incredible job that you're doing, we are now the fastest growing economy anywhere in the advanced world, faster than France, Germany, Italy, including even America. And as you are demonstrating, we've also overtaken the Netherlands, Japan, and France to become the fourth biggest exporter in the world. And that is down to the success of businesses like yours. So thank you very much for that, and congratulations. And also, Victoria, thank you for the warm introduction. Where are you? There you are. Victoria, I tell you, she works her socks off for you down in Westminster. She's a very dear friend of mine, and I know she was born at the Horton, and it's a point of massive pride for her to be able to represent her hometown. So will you just join me in saying thank you to Victoria for everything that she does? Right, let me get straight to it. I know there'll be many of you who would have supported us in the past who are a bit more hesitant about doing that this time around. And I get it, right? I'm not blind to the frustrations that many of you will have. It's been a difficult few years for all of us with COVID, Ukraine, and we certainly haven't got everything absolutely right or made as much progress as we would have liked to. But on Thursday, it's not a by-election. It's not a referendum about the past. It's a really important choice about our future as a country. And the choice you make will have enormous consequences for you and your family. And I'd urge you to think very hard about it. And you would have seen all the polls and what they're saying. And if you give a blank check, or we end up collectively giving a blank check to the Labour Party, that is going to have a massive impact on you and your finances, your family, and indeed our country. And I know many of you will care about issues like making sure that we can control immigration. We won't get any progress on that. You would have seen that if you watched the TV debates the other day. Well, making sure that we invest in our security and defence, keeping everyone safe in a more uncertain world. Again, that's not what will happen under a future Labour government. Getting to net zero, which of course we all care about, and I want to get there for my two daughters, but we've got to do that in a sensible way that prioritises energy security and all of your family finances and doesn't hammer you with extra bills. Those changes I made would be reversed. And crucially, perhaps most importantly, given the few years we've had economically, it means that your taxes would go up by thousands of pounds. Right? If we give Labour that blank cheque, you won't be able to get it back, and all of you are going to end up paying much more in taxes. And I don't want to see that happen. Right? So when you think about voting on Thursday, if you vote Conservative, it is a vote for lower taxes, because I believe you will work incredibly hard, and I want you to enjoy the benefits of that hard work and keep more of your money for yourselves to spend on what you want and to spend on your families, right? That's the kind of country I believe in. So we'll keep cutting your taxes if we're elected, as we've done this year, and we'll make sure that we cut taxes for people at every stage of their lives, not just all of you that are in work, but those people who are setting out on their own, small businesses, self-employed. We'll also cut taxes for them. For young couples wanting to own their own home, because that's something that many of us will have experienced. I want everyone to be able to fulfill that aspiration. So we're going to abolish stamp duty for first-time buyers effectively. And families. I think family, like for all of you, for me, is the most important thing in my life. And we want to keep supporting families and expand the generosity of child benefit. And then pensioners, because I believe that if you work hard all your life and you put in, then you deserve dignity and security in retirement. And even if many of you are not in that bracket today, you'll have parents, you'll have grandparents, you want to know that they're going to be looked after, which is why we're going to introduce a triple lock plus to make sure that the state pension is never ever taxed. And again, that's not something that the Labour Party will do, which means for the first time in our country's history, pensioners face paying income tax on the state pension, which I don't think is right. So look, there is an important choice, and be in no doubt that a vote for the Conservatives on Thursday, a vote for Victoria, a vote for me and all of us, is a vote to lower your taxes and build on the progress we've made. And in conclusion, before I take your questions, I'll just say this, that my grandparents came to our country with very little. And a couple of generations later, here I am, standing in front of you, with the incredible privilege of having been not just your Chancellor, especially through a difficult time with the pandemic, but also now your Prime Minister. And that's why I love our country so much. I'm so grateful to everything that it's done for my family. It's why I do this job. And that's why I work so hard to make a difference to all of your lives in the same way that our country made a difference to my family's. And that's what you'll always get from me. Right? So you know that I share your values about opportunity, about aspiration, about rewarding hard work and family. I want to make sure that we deliver financial security for all of you, and I will take the action that's required to do that. And most importantly, we will always stand up for you. Stand up for what is right for you, stand up for what is right for our country. So that's the choice ahead of you on Thursday. As I say, don't sleepwalk into something that you haven't thought properly about. Think very hard about what it means for you and your family. And in spite of what all these polls say, every vote matters. You can make the difference. You can vote to make sure there isn't a Labour supermajority and actually there's not an unchecked party in power with a blank cheque to do what they want. You can vote for lower taxes, for secure borders and a more secure future for all of you and your families. And if you re-elect me in Victoria, it will be the privilege of our lives to continue serving you and trying to make a difference to all of you and your families. So thank you very much for having me this morning.